Good day, everyone. Welcome to our new topic of our subject, agribusiness. Today, we will explore how agriculture has evolved into a more dynamic, market-oriented sector that connects farmers, processors, traders, and consumers. This topic will help you understand how agribusiness serves as the backbone of the modern agricultural industry, transforming farming into a full-scale business operation that drives rural and national economic growth. This is Jed, your instructor. So, let's begin our journey into the exciting world of agribusiness. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to, first, identify the challenges and opportunities in agribusiness in the Philippines, and second, recognize the various agribusiness enterprise support programs available. These objectives will guide our discussion as we connect theory with actual agribusiness conditions in our country. Keep these in mind as we go along so you can relate the concepts to real-world agricultural enterprises. Agribusiness is simply the combination of agriculture and business. This leads to the questions of how and what particular kind of agriculture the business is being attached. Well, business manifest here. Where is the said business here? Agriculture involves in social farming activities like horticulture, viticulture, beekeeping, livestock, and many more. This just shows how good is the agriculture contributes to business. Now, this is the business and how it works. Those activities like making, purchasing, or selling goods or services, working for money, making something to sell, and etc. Those are the so-called economic activities, which on the other hand, business activities. Agribusiness refers to agriculture-related activities that link farmers, processors, distributors, and consumers within one complete system. This system involves producing, processing, transporting, marketing, and distributing agricultural products efficiently and profitably. In simpler terms, agribusiness is not just farming. It's about how agricultural goods move from the farm to your table through business operations. Understanding this system helps us appreciate the economic value chain of every agricultural product. The transformation of agricultural farming into a thriving agribusiness-driven sector requires modernization and investment. This includes acquiring advanced farming technologies, training farmers in new production techniques, strengthening supply chains, and improving transport and agricultural infrastructure. Research and development are also essential, as well as establishing clear property rights to attract investors. In short, transforming agriculture into agribusiness means turning traditional farming into a sustainable and competitive industry. The vision of the agribusiness industry is to transform and upgrade the agriculture sector from traditional farming into organized agribusiness clusters. These clusters aim to maximize opportunities in high-value crops such as rubber, coconut, mangoes, bananas, coffee, palm oil, and cacao. The focus is on moving beyond subsistence farming toward agribusiness-based production that promotes productivity, value-adding, and market competitiveness. The end goal is a modern agricultural system that creates jobs, attracts investment, and boosts exports. In the short run, covering the years 2014 to 2017, the government focused on improving productivity, particularly for high-value crops where regions have a comparative advantage. The strategy was to enhance capacities in these emerging crops through training, access to better inputs, and improved technology. This phase laid the foundation for making Philippine agriculture more competitive and responsive to global demand, especially in crops with high export potential. From 2018 to 2021, the focus shifted to strengthening agro-processing and improving linkages between agricultural production and manufacturing. This means not only growing crops, but also processing them to add value. For example, turning raw coffee beans into processed coffee products or fruits into juices and jams. Strengthening supply chains and forming commodity clusters ensured that farmers, processors, and traders worked together efficiently. This stage emphasized creating value-added agricultural industries that stimulate rural economies. In the long run, from 2022 to 2025, the primary goal is to deepen the participation of Philippine agribusinesses in global value chains. This involves expanding exports, improving quality standards, and promoting sustainable production practices that meet international market requirements. By integrating into global trade, our agribusiness sector can access larger markets and adopt global innovations, helping the country position itself as a competitive agricultural hub in Asia. To achieve these goals, several strategic actions are necessary. These include strengthening coordination among stakeholders, addressing supply chain gaps, and supporting small farmers' access to technologies, knowledge, and financing. Additionally, promoting green and climate-resilient products ensures sustainability in the face of environmental challenges. Investments in rural infrastructure, research and development, and stronger regulatory systems are also vital. Finally, securing property rights helps protect farmers and investors, ensuring long-term agribusiness growth. In today's Philippine context, agribusiness management development focuses on professionalizing the agricultural sector. Managers must understand how to plan, organize, and coordinate the various components of agribusiness, from production to marketing. The key challenge is building systems that integrate farmers into profitable value chains. With the country's growing population and evolving global markets, efficient agribusiness management becomes crucial to achieving food security and economic stability. Now, let's discuss the limits of agribusiness. Agribusiness does not only refer to farming activities. It also includes all economic activities related to production and distribution. This covers upstream industries such as input suppliers, machinery, and services that help farmers produce crops, as well as downstream industries like food processing, manufacturing, and distribution. However, one limitation is that these activities require strong coordination and efficient management. When there are weak linkages or unequal access to resources, the entire system suffers, limiting profitability and sustainability. One of the major challenges in agricultural production is the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Law enacted in 1988. This law aimed to distribute land from large landowners to landless farmers and farm workers, promoting equity and social justice. While it was noble in intent, its implementation caused difficulties. Many new landowners lacked experience and capital to sustain farm operations, leading to reduced productivity and investments. Over time, the government encouraged agribusiness venture agreements and public-private partnerships to make farming more viable. Still, this reform showed how important institutional readiness is in agribusiness. The transfer of land ownership under CARP brought significant disruption to commercial farms. Many enterprises that were once highly productive experienced a decline due to management turnover and lack of farming skills among the new owners. Investment levels also dropped because of uncertainty, and in some cases, investors even withdrew. However, productivity improved in cases where distributed lands were leased back to former owners or turned into joint ventures with workers. This experience teaches us that agribusiness success depends on both ownership and management capability. Another major factor is the government's food security program, which prioritizes staple crops such as rice and white corn. The objective is to achieve not just adequacy but self-sufficiency in these crops at affordable prices. However, this sometimes creates tension between national goals and farmers' profitability, especially when other crops could offer higher returns. For agribusiness managers, the challenge is to balance food security with profitability by diversifying crops while ensuring stable supply and income for farmers. Internationally, the Philippines has joined organizations such as the World Trade Organization, WTO, and the ASEAN Free Trade Agreement, AFTA, along with regional partnerships like the BIMPAGA and APEC. These agreements opened our borders to global trade, which increased both opportunities and competition. For agribusiness enterprises, this means adopting international standards, improving quality, and becoming globally competitive. The challenge is that while global trade offers access to larger markets, it also demands efficiency, innovation, and compliance with stricter trade rules. These trade agreements have led to what we call a borderless economy. Agricultural and agro-industrial products are now part of an open, competitive global market. For the Philippines, this means that our agricultural entrepreneurs need to move fast, from learning the basics of agribusiness to mastering global competitiveness. To survive, they must adapt modern technologies, improve product quality, and create strategic partnerships. In short, Our farmers and agribusiness professionals must run, not walk, to stay in the game. As a result of these challenges, several imperatives arise. Economically, agribusiness enterprises must become more profitable and efficient to sustain operations locally and globally. The government must invest in critical infrastructure like roads, irrigation, and power, and in research and extension services. At the same time, private businesses must invest in human resource development, marketing, and product innovation. The key message is this: agribusiness growth requires strong public-private collaboration and consistent economic support. Socially, agribusiness progress must take place within communities of smallholder farmers. Organizing these farmers into cooperatives or associations is essential for improving efficiency and access to markets. Although small farms can sometimes outperform large ones, collaboration is needed in areas like irrigation, pest control, and market development. Community-based management ensures that resources are used wisely and that farmers benefit fairly. It's not just about production. It's also about building empowered and organized communities. Despite all the challenges, there are great opportunities in agribusiness, especially in linking small farmers with large firms through joint ventures or contract growing. These partnerships can provide farmers with access to capital, technology, and markets while giving agribusiness firms a steady supply of quality products. Many former landowners or managers can also become valuable partners because they possess experience and resources. In this way, agribusiness creates win-win partnerships that drive rural development and national growth. Here we see a new role emerging for agribusiness management, to act as a bridge or broker between smallholder farmers and business firms. The goal is to accelerate enterprise development through linkages such as contract growing or joint ventures. However, partnerships don't happen automatically. Many farmers and business owners may be hesitant or distrustful due to past inequalities. This is where professional agribusiness managers come in to facilitate, negotiate, and build trust between the parties, ensuring that both sides benefit fairly. The first major management task is organization development. Both farmers and business firms need preparation before entering partnerships. For business firms, this means learning to work as equal partners rather than as owners. For smallholders, it means developing entrepreneurial skills and a sense of accountability. Organization development helps define clear rights, duties, and leadership structures. It transforms both groups into capable, cooperative partners ready to run agribusiness ventures successfully. The process of organization development follows several stages: value formation, skills development, community-based resource management, institution building, and community development. These stages ensure that both the human and organizational aspects of agribusiness are addressed. In value formation, the focus is on commitment, accountability, and business purpose. Skills development trains participants to manage enterprises effectively. Community-based resource management ensures sustainability, while institution building creates systems that last beyond individual projects. Value formation plays a critical role in agribusiness management. It focuses on instilling commitment, responsibility, accountability, and a clear business purpose. These values ensure that farmers and business partners share a common goal and work toward long-term success. Without shared values, even well-funded agribusiness projects may fail due to lack of trust or cooperation. Therefore, agribusiness managers must emphasize not only technical skills, but also the moral and ethical foundations of partnership. Another essential management component is the proper handling of community resources: land, labor, capital, and technology. Traditional management focuses on identifying constraints, but modern agribusiness focuses on maximizing opportunities for improvement. Effective resource management ensures productivity and sustainability. For joint ventures, this means identifying where resources can be used more efficiently and how communities can benefit from them equitably. Designing a partnership package is the next step. The foundation of agribusiness partnerships is often the smallholder farm, which may operate individually or through cooperatives. Cooperatives allow farmers to consolidate resources, manage production collectively, and negotiate better deals. The cooperative farm then becomes the agribusiness partner of larger firms, working together in production, processing, or marketing. The design of the partnership determines the structure of benefits and responsibilities between the parties. One of the most common forms of partnership is contract growing. In this setup, the cooperative or farmer agrees to produce and deliver a specific volume of crops based on a pre-agreed schedule and price. The business firm may provide technology, planting materials, fertilizers, and even financing. Sometimes it also offers technical guidance to ensure quality standards. Although land leasing can be part of this arrangement, it is usually discouraged. Contract growing creates stability for both farmers and companies by ensuring a consistent supply and income. Joint ventures between cooperative farms and business firms have gained attention because they promote shared responsibility and profit. These arrangements may focus on a single commodity or multiple crops, depending on market potential. For crops with long gestation periods, such as cacao or coffee, joint ventures are more appropriate. Integration can also vary. Some partnerships operate only in processing and marketing, while others integrate production to post-harvest. This flexibility allows stakeholders to design arrangements that suit their strengths. 3. Enterprise gestation period. Joint ventures are more appropriate for long gestations. 4. Level of integration. This is further subdivided into joint venture only at downstream level, for example, at grading, processing, and/or marketing, and joint venture from primary production downstream. Another model is the build-operate-transfer or BOT arrangement. Here, a business firm finances and constructs an agricultural facility such as a processing plant or irrigation system. The firm operates it for a period sufficient to recover its investment and earn a fair return before turning it over to the community or government. While this does not directly link stakeholders like a joint venture, it can evolve into one if the facility is later shared or co-managed. BOT arrangements are vital for improving rural infrastructure and encouraging private investment. Cooperative farms may also engage in management contracts with outside experts if they lack experience. This ensures professional handling of operations, though such contracts are not true partnerships unless tied to a joint venture. Likewise, land leasing can occur but is only advisable if it leads to joint ownership or cooperation. The key idea is that agribusiness partnerships should always create shared value, not just transactions. Finally, we arrive at the management development task. Agribusiness management plays a catalytic role in transforming opportunities into enterprises. This role demands diverse skills: economic planning, business design, financial management, and social leadership. Agribusiness managers act as brokers and facilitators between different stakeholders. As the sector continues to evolve, management education must keep pace to produce professionals who are innovative, ethical, and globally competitive. Before we end, should there any questions? You can always ask me. Let's reflect on some guide questions. What is agribusiness in your own words? How did agribusiness evolve? And why is it important today? These questions will help you internalize the concepts we discussed and relate them to your own community and experiences. Remember, agribusiness is not just about farming. It's about managing a system that connects people, resources, and opportunities to sustain both livelihoods and economies. That concludes our discussion on agribusiness. We've learned how it connects every part of the agricultural value chain, from production to marketing, and how it continues to evolve through policies, partnerships, and management strategies. I hope this lesson inspires you to see agriculture not just as a livelihood, but as a business opportunity that can transform rural communities and strengthen our national economy. Thank you, and see you in our next session.